I have a personal problem. I don't know if anyone can help me with it. I have slowly realized over the 50 years I've been trolloping around this planet, rather dumbly, rather inefficiently, but I've slowly realized that the best thing I can do is nothing whatsoever, and therefore every single thing I do is a bad idea. But yet I have all these things to get done. That is to say, it's better to realize that the best thing I can do is be easy. Be easy. 2 letters, 3 syllables, 2 words. Be easy. You have to stretch out the B. And therefore, every effort I make to do anything is bad luck, and so there's an aversion to it because I know it's retarded. Yet, amongst the many things I have to get done, which I don't terribly feel like, but I should get them done, is 100 videos for 50-cent repairs, and I'm only up to like 32, and this is all annoying. So my videos will get lousier and lousier, I think, just to make them easy. So forgive me, that's the reason my videos are horrible. Now let's see, 2 videos here tonight. I'm in the middle of doing Scam Dash. I'm walking back to the Chipotle area. Quick stop, 2 videos. 1, how to fix a stripped nut snafu for 50 stinking cents. Some people just cannot get it off with a million wrenches and end up calling literally a tow truck and going to a mechanic. The mechanic cuts the bolt, removes the tire. It's a $150 repair, $100 tow, a day lost of idling around, this, that, maybe taking a taxi home, waiting at the mechanic forever, $250 plus tax, and who knows what other bad luck comes from the annoyingness of all that. So my friend called me the other night, had to strip a rounded nut, that's what I meant to say in the first place. Not a strip thread, a strip bolt. This is about a rounded nut. And what did we do? I will make this quick. His nut, which was rounded, was a 13/16. I took one size smaller, 3/4. I lined up, made sure it was the same type, a 5-sided or 6-sided nut, a socket on a 5 or 6-sided nut. You shouldn't, if you have under high torque, you should always not mix 12-sided with 5-sided. Make sure they match for in each case. They must match in either case to not round the nuts too much, the nuts or the bolts or the sockets even. So I got the same type and one size smaller, 3/4 anyway. I looked at the 2 diagonal things on the socket I had, and I looked where the corner was, and I put my finger on it, because once I pointed away from myself, you can't see it anymore. I kept my finger there not to be moved again. Then I looked at the rounded nut on the car, lug nut, and I looked at where the top of the triangle would have been, because once you start covering it with the socket, you can't see what the hell you're doing anymore. I looked where it was, I visualized the dot. Sorry, that was just my stupid finger in the way in front of my phone. I visualized the dot on the rim behind where it would be, kept this finger there, pointed at the dot, held it at a parallel, not like that, well, not like all goofy like that, but I went like that. My hand's all wiggly. Busy day. And I did not move. I made sure there was a little bit of forward pressure, enough that I would not move. I switched hands, but always making sure there was forward consistent pressure so that this socket would not turn on the nut anymore. Then I grabbed a small midget Smurf-sized hammer and started gently tapping on it, also in a parallel direction to not knock it turn-wise. Starting out light, never always making the impact in a direct parallel with the socket and the nut, and slowly, gently started tapping it on. Before, I would not tap it hard until after it got going on, after it wedged itself on straight on, using the shape to perfectly parallel, because you're using a smaller socket than the bolt. So you have to line them up parallel, but once you cover it with the socket, you can't see what the hell you're doing, you're blind. So you have to line those up first, not let them turn at all, and then switch hands if you want. Grab a hammer, and a small hammer or whatever, that hits straighter than a wrench or whatever, if you have the option. And hit it also parallel and lightly, all these things so it doesn't turn or move on you, until you slowly tap it on, it starts to go on. And as it does, you can tap it a little bit more without your hand being in danger or whatever, until it's all the way on. And then once it was on, we got the nut off. All in 10 minutes. My friend loosened it in one try. He's got a mechanic savvy to him, I have to say. But that is the way it's done for 50 stinking cents of wear and tear on the socket. Or, never mind, the socket remains fine, but of needing a new nut or whatever, and wear and tear on the socket. 50 stinking cents. Okay, that's that video. Let's do, now let's do the other.